Hey everybody, welcome to Church at Home with Rachel for Monday, the 11th of September. Oh, that's right, September 11th. So my prayers and my thoughts go to those people who are remembering what happened 22 years ago. Um, maybe, maybe we should all take some time today to think about how the world has changed and what's happened since then. Um, it's a good day for reflection, and it's a good day to give thanks for the life that we have and the places we live and the opportunities we have and the freedoms that we have. Part of that, I think, I would like to talk about is is that appreciation piece, that recognition of who we are and the gifts we have, but in particular, appreciation of self. And for some people, that might sound an awful lot like we're getting, narcissistic, that we're going to give thanks for ourselves and we're going to pat ourselves in the back. And that's not what I'm talking about. Last week in one of my videos, I stated something like who I was when who you are when you're not looking. Now, you've probably heard the phrase, who are you when no one's looking? Like, and the idea being that really take a look at who you are when you don't feel like you're being judged, when there's no one having any expectations on you. If you can just be free to be you, who would you be? Who are you when no one's looking? But a question that I've been thinking about over the past weekend, the last couple of days, as a matter of fact, over the last month, as especially when I was on holidays and really going through some really big shakeups in my head and the way I think, the question became, who am I when I'm not looking? I am a 52-year-old white Canadian woman who is an Anglican priest, who is married, has stepchildren, who is a connection to the military through my husband, and all of those things. Those are all parts of who I am. But, and when people aren't looking, who am I when no one else is looking? Those are all things that contribute to who I am. But the fact is that as a normal person, I am just as neurotic as anybody else. And there are times when I realize that I don't think I am really me because I'm so aware of what I think other people would want me to be, or the way I think other people are expecting me to be, that I feel like I have to be that person for them. I have to be the priest that other people want me to be. I have to be the wife, the stepmother, the daughter, the friend, the sister that other people want me to be. And who am I when no one else is looking? All of that stuff is still there. Even when those people who look at me and I perceive that these are the things they want, when they're not looking, when they're gone, all those things are still with me. I am still worried about and anxious about what would they think? And even though they're not looking, who am I when no one else is looking? Isn't necessarily who I'm really called to be, if I am really the person God created me to be. I think I have to dig a little deeper and to recognize, who am I when I am not looking? When the psychological part of myself, the part that has over the years picked up the negative stuff and the positive stuff and all of the stuff, the other baggage that other people have dropped on my door and said, hey, think about picking this up, or if you really are good at this, you should be doing this instead of that. All those things that, whether it's well intentioned or not, things that I have allowed to change me away from being the person I was originally created to be, who the real essence of Rachael is. I have allowed myself, when no one else is looking, who am I when no one is looking, isn't necessarily the healthiest person I could be, because I carry that stuff that other people have shared with me. Because the truth is, I could say no. I could say, no, I'm not going to buy into what you're saying about me or your expectations of me. But over the years, I have allowed myself to become conditioned to accept those things and really say, I would be a better person if I did X, Y, and Z because so and so told me that that's what I should do. The truth is, the only one I should listen to about who I should be and how I should become is God, the one who created me. God, I believe that God creates us, that we are given the gifts we need, and we are given the opportunities to create and generate more gifts if we pursue them, if we choose to do so. But I also believe that God does not force us to do anything. And so the who I have become as this 52-year-old woman may not be the person I know is not the person that God originally intended me to be when I was a newborn and my whole life lay there ahead of me. Now, absolutely, other people had to make decisions for me and influenced me and things like that. I get that. But as I got older and I grew more independent, it was up to me to decide which of those influences would be important and healthy and which ones wouldn't. And over the last little while, I've been doing a lot of thinking about, well, which ones have been healthy? Which ones are just pieces of baggage that I'm holding onto for dear life and all they're doing is dragging me down? And which ones can I let go of so that I can grasp onto those things that God is saying, yes, this is where you belong. This is who you're called to be. This is who you are when God is looking. But I think before I can get from that point where who are you when no one is looking to who are you when God is the one looking, I need to go through this process of who am I when I am not looking. Because I need to remember, I need to learn that a lot of the crap I hold on to is because I'm holding on to it. I can't blame someone else for me feeling depressed or feeling like I'm not good enough or that I am not funny enough or pretty enough or smart enough or good enough speaker, whatever all those things are that I have allowed people to lay on me. If they had said that to me, that's their problem. The fact that I allowed that to change me and to drag me down is my problem. So when I'm the one who's looking, well, that's what I see. I look in the mirror and I see the heaviness. I see the negatives. I see the insults. I see the not good enoughs, the gotta try harders. What I need to do is I need to be me when I'm not looking. I need to be me when God is looking and see myself through God's eyes. What does God see? God sees a child of God. God sees a creation who is beautiful because I am created in God's image. God sees someone who is trying and is dedicated to trying to help other people. God sees someone who is compassionate and kind and loving and who has a terrible sense of humor, but that in itself is funny. I have to learn to accept what God sees in me. And I really do believe that that's the challenge that all of us have. That we need to be able to let go of all the crap that other people have piled on us or that we have allowed to pile on us or we have accepted or have found ourselves unable to let go of and really embrace the goodness that is who we are at the heart of who we are. So this week, I'm going to try intentionally, as I've been trying over the last month, to really see myself through God's eyes and to think less about what it is I see when I see in the mirror and see myself through, not through glasses through which I see dimly, but through eyes that are looking through the eyes of God, that I might see myself as God sees me. And that is a worthwhile child of God who is loved and loving. And that at the essence of it, there's nothing wrong with me. I encourage you to do the same. Because whoever you are, whatever you're going through, whether you believe in God or not, I believe that you are a worthwhile person. And you have within you all of the goodness and the purity and the gentleness and the joy and the peace and the potential that was with you the moment you were born. It is still there. It may be clouded over and weighed down, but it is still within you. So try not to think about who you are when others are looking. Try not to think about who you are when they're not looking. And maybe go so far as to try to learn to see yourself when you're not looking. And get right down to basics so that you can celebrate who you are as a beautiful and wonderful creation. Have a great day. God bless you, and I will see you again tomorrow for Church at Home with Rachel.